I'm Adera Angelucci with City Lights on Novus TV, and we're at the P&E for an evening with Elvis. Let's go find out what it's all about. Right, guys?
You are, absolutely. Shake, rattle, and roll, baby. Shake, rattle, and roll.
The P&E this year made a deal with Penticton because for 8 years running they've had an Elvis competition. We've got the winner from that. His name is Ben Klein. But Ben also went to the Ultimate Elvis contest, which is held in Graceland every year in Memphis, and he came fourth for the world. So they're all here because Elvis appeared at Empire Stadium in August, actually this very day, August 31st, 1957. And the only three cities he ever played outside of the United States was Vancouver and Toronto and Ottawa. People don't know that. He never played Europe. He never played the Orient. He should have, but he never did. And so we thought last year, well, my wife Carol thought, hey, why don't we have a big party? And 11,500 people showed up. So we thought, hey, if that worked last year, it'll work this year. It's not the 50th, but it's the 51st. And look at the crowd out there already, Adera. And we've asked Wink Martindale and his lovely wife Sandy to come here for a reason. A lot of people would associate Wink automatically with all of the, the game shows he's done over the years, Tic-Tac-Dough and all of the rest. But in fact, he was the first man ever to interview Elvis on television. Wink grew up in Jackson, Tennessee, and worked in Memphis and as a disc jockey on radio, and had his own television show called Dance Party.
I was at the radio station WHBQ in Memphis the night Sam Phillips walked in with the first Elvis record, That's All Right Mama. And he handed it to the disc jockey, Dewey Phillips, and put it on the turntable and played it over and over and over again. The place went crazy. The switchboard lit up like a Christmas tree, and we went out and found Elvis, brought him down to the station. He was so nervous. And I met him that night, and he remained a friend until the day he died. And that was July of 1954. In July of 1956, 2 years later, when he came to Memphis from Hollywood after doing his first picture, I had the pleasure of taping the first interview that he ever did. Not the first interview he did, but the first time his interview had ever been recorded on film. And it lasted about 25 minutes, and I still have it to this day. And I've loaned it to a lot of people to use, and it's like a piece of musical history.
Oh, see, rider. Oh, see, what you have done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, rider. Oh, see, what you have done. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In 1960, he came to my father's nightclub, and he saw my picture in my dad's office, and he wanted to meet me. So he called me and said, I'd like to meet you. And I said, well, it's a school night, and my mom won't drive me up. So he called the next week, and then he said, look, I'm going to be here next week. Ask your mom if she'll bring you to the club. So my mom said yes. She drove me to the club, and I met him, and he had a date with a gorgeous actress. And I sat there and held his hand, and he kissed me on the cheek, and oh my God, he was gorgeous. He was the most gorgeous man I had ever seen. And so then a week later he called and wanted to date me, and my mom said, no, you can't date my daughter. She's only 14. I don't care if you're King Farouk. And he said, ma'am, I promise you I'll be a gentleman. And my mom came on the first 3 dates, and they had a pact, and he was very trustable, and he raised me, and I had a wonderful time growing up with him in my life.
Don't be a stingy little mama. When you have to stop me half to death. Oh, you can spare a kiss or two and still have plenty left.
My first year performing this year in Penticton. I've been watching it for 4 years. I thought it was a lot of fun, and ended up winning it. I didn't expect it, but it was an awesome time, a lot of fun, hanging out with the guys and everything. It was a lot of fun.
Do you do the young Elvis? Like, tell us a little bit about your act and what you bring.
Yeah, I do the 50s Elvis, and tonight I'll be singing I Was the One and Big Hunk of Love, two of my favorite songs, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, see, what you have done.
Well, I took third place in the professional division because they divided into pro and non-pro, and then so I got third place this last year, and so they wanted to have the top three in the pro division come out, but one of the guys couldn't make it, so they got Adam from the amateur division, thank you, to come out as well, and so I do the Vegas years. So that's kind of the, I'm of that age already. A lot of the guys my age and older, they still try to do the 50s, when Elvis had those 19-year-old hips and stuff. No, I can't do that anymore. So, but my strength is my voice, and so I dressed in the Aloha from Hawaii jumpsuit that Elvis did in 1973 with a big eagle and all that.
Love that outfit.
It's nice, yeah. And that's what I do.
It started about 6 years ago. I never had an interest in Elvis at all. I never even listened to him. Never found the music that interesting. Just kind of grew up in the 80s, we were into different styles of music at that point. And Elvis really wasn't cool when I was young. And then I bought my dad a CD for his birthday in October, and I borrowed it from him. And it was an Elvis, 50 #1 hits. And I started listening to it and just fell in love with the 50s music. Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog and Jailhouse Rock. I started watching his movies and studying the moves and really focused on that part of his life, and I just fell in love with him.
An evening with Elvis right here at the PNE. What more could you ask for? I met Wink, Sandy, and Red. Now I gotta get back to Elvis. I'm Adera Angelucci with City Lights on Novus TV.